Welcome back to PropelAPilot. Do you see these beautiful streaks in the sky when you go out for a walk and wonder what causes these streaks and why are they so persistent? Most people think it's the exhaust of the aircrafts. Well, these so-called contrails are formed because of exhaust, but they comprise primarily of ice crystals and particles. Yes, you heard it right. But the contrails are also formed somewhere else on the aircraft. If you stick around till the end of this video, you will be able to understand where else they are formed, and I will tell you how. Exhaust contrails are aircraft condensation trails that appear as line-shaped clouds in the sky. They are easily identifiable in the sky behind the jet engine aircraft at the head of the trail. Contrails can form within a few wingspans of the aircraft behind the exhaust and can dissipate within few aircraft lengths, or sometimes say persistent, depending on the amount of water vapor available. Now I'll be explaining how aircraft contrails are formed in my own simple sweet words. A jet engine basically works by compressing incoming air. It compresses the incoming air to high temperatures. Then jet fuel is sprayed into this hot air and ignited. This causes combustion. Combustion is always accompanied by expansion of gases. These expanding gases are pushed rearwards by the engine, and hence the gases push the aircraft forward. This is the basic Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Enough about jet engines though. What happens is the exhaust is warm, obviously, and if there is enough moisture, it is warm and moist. Once it exits the engine, this warm and moist exhaust meets the ambient air, and ambient air at 30,000 feet is pretty cold. Because it's cold, the warm moist air will condense. Now, whenever water vapor or warm moist air condenses, you will see visible moisture, and that's how clouds are formed. But if you took my course on weather, you would know that to form visible moisture, you need a nucleus. A nucleus is nothing but a center for the water to form around it. Water droplets cannot just form randomly. If you take a look at your glass, whenever you pour cold water in the glass, you will see water condensing on the walls of the glass. This is because the glass walls act as a surface on which water can stick. Similarly, for water droplets to form in the sky, you need something for the water to cling to, and that is what is a nucleus. A nucleus can be anything: dust, smoke, etc. Now, if you can connect the dots, the exhaust is already giving out smoke and different combustion particles. These combustion particles act as the condensation nuclei. Now there is warm moist air, cold temperature, and a lot of nuclei. When you have all of these, you will see visible moisture. Since the temperature at these altitudes is really cold, instead of forming water, water vapor goes directly into the solid state, which is ice, and that's how ice crystals are formed, which we see as contrails in the sky. And that is how contrails are formed. To recap, well, not recap, just watch it again please. For a contrail to form, suitable conditions must occur immediately behind the aircraft, which means the exhaust must immediately interact with cold air, and there should be enough water vapor in the exhaust for the ice particles to form. These lines would be persistent in the sky because the temperature is really low, and for the clouds to dissipate, it needs to be hotter so that the ice crystals melt and become water vapor again. Since it is really cold, it takes time for the ice crystals to dissipate, and hence we see long streaks of line. Anytime you see an aircraft and you see a contrail now, you know what is happening at that altitude. You know that it is really cold at that altitude and there is a lot of moisture, and that's why the aircraft is forming contrails behind it. There is a lot of talk about if contrails are environmentally friendly or not, because a lot of it is formed because of exhaust particles, and hence they are sometimes called chemtrails. It's a big discussion and I don't want to get into it. So the next time you see a contrail in the sky and you have a friend around you, you can show off your knowledge about contrails and don't tell them where you learned it from. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please like it and share it with your friends, and subscribe so that I get more views. It helps with the algorithm, as well as I'm a little more persistent than the contrails in the sky, so I'll keep making these videos so that you keep coming back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Happy landings.